If you are able, please rise for the singing of our national anthem.
Please be seated. Welcome, graduates, family, friends, and honored guests. Thank you for joining us for this convocation ceremony at the University of Waterloo. My name is Vivek Goel, and it is my honor to serve as the President and Vice Chancellor of the University of Waterloo. Today, I have the privilege to welcome you to campus for this momentous occasion to celebrate the accomplishments of our soon-to-be graduates. Today's celebration is based on tradition. The Haudenosaunee peoples also have a rich and vibrant culture that embraces knowledge sharing. As such, it is important to reflect and acknowledge the University of Waterloo's campuses in Waterloo, Kitchener, and Cambridge are situated on the Haldimand Tract, land 6 miles on each side of the Grand River, granted to the Haudenosaunee of 6 nations. The land inside and surrounding the Haldimand Tract, including our Stratford campus, is the traditional territory of the Attawandaron, Anishinaabe, and Haudenosaunee. I also acknowledge and recognize this area is now home to many diverse First Nation, Inuit, and Métis groups. To begin our ceremony today, I'm pleased to welcome Indigenous traditional drumming from the Cedar Hill Singers, followed by Mayangun Henry, Indigenous Knowledge Keeper, to open our ceremony.
Ani, Bujo, Sego, Sugoli. I'd just like to, and I'm very proud to say this, that at your convocation is the first time we ever heard the voice of our drum celebrate with you. So it's a historic day for sure. And it's a beautiful thing to see because if you're aware of our history, there's been some times that we're not very proud of. And what I'd like to say is we've come through times of hardship and pain with the Indigenous community representing the Métis, First Nation, and Inuit people. And thinking back now of recently finding children at the sites of those residential schools, it still brings tears to my eyes to think that they're still doing that. But even if I think further, when 60 Scoop came and took the children from their homes and put them in homes that didn't practice their culture, and they didn't know who they were. And then over 5,000 murdered and missing women in the place that we call home. This is a part of our history that we need to acknowledge, but today your university has made a huge commitment. We know we can't change the past. We know those things are difficult to think about, but with the leadership that you see here, they've made a huge commitment towards reconciliation, to build a knowledge base for all of us in the future so we don't have to live through those times again and we can live together in this beautiful place we call Canada. I wanted to acknowledge also the drum being here. They sang at my wedding 20 years ago, so they've been an important part of the Indigenous community here for many years. And if you're not aware of this Turo Wampum, it was one of the original treaties that we had with the settlers when they came here. And I encourage you to read the story of the Turo Wampum because it talks about the relationship with the settlers and Indigenous people and what we agreed to. So I feel happy that I'm going to place this on the stage today alongside the mace over here, which represents the university. And this will be in alignment with reconciliation and the strength and ability that we can do to work together. So we're honored to be with you today, and it was an honor to celebrate with that beautiful honor song for all you graduates today. So, Chi Miigwech, thank you very much. Nyawa.
Thank you very much, Mayingun, for those very profound and compelling words. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. As you've heard, at the University of Waterloo, we are committed to advancing the truth and reconciliation calls to action and to creating a long-term vision of decolonization and indigenization for the university. And I invite each of us here to work towards deepening our own understanding of Indigenous cultures and histories and to taking personal actions to advance truth and reconciliation. Graduates, families, friends, honored guests, faculty and staff, my name is Dominic Barton. It's my honor to serve as the Chancellor of the University of Waterloo. And I have to say it's wonderful to be able to be back in person after 3 years and see all of you in person to congratulate you on your amazing achievement and what you've done. It's been a challenging journey, we know, but I hope you'll see that it's worth it. Today, you are joining a global community of alumni, a community made up of influential professionals, entrepreneurs, researchers, and international leaders. You now stand shoulder to shoulder with them. And I can tell you from traveling around the world and working in different parts of the world, the number of times that I see a Waterloo leader is very inspiring, and we look forward to seeing more, and that's in all facets of life. You have a very, very prestigious set of things to follow, but we know that you will take it even further as you go ahead. Most of you have had support and help along the way, and I want to particularly wish and extend a warm welcome to the parents and friends in attendance today. Your support has been integral to our students and I thank you for being here to support our graduates, and for those of you who are online who couldn't be here, we thank you for your support for the graduates. So if we could give just a special thanks to all of our family, friends, and supporters who've helped you in this tremendous achievement. There's no question that we're living in a time of uncertainty and change. There are many disruptive forces that are happening all at once. A pandemic, a rapidly aging population in the developed parts of the world, paradigm-shifting technologies, many of which you are the architect of or will be as we look ahead, and a shifting geopolitical environment that is becoming more polarized and causing human strife. These forces are creating significant challenges that need to be addressed in innovative and urgent ways. When challenges arise, so do opportunities and the need for leadership. The University of Waterloo is a community of students and graduates who I believe are more prepared for change in a shifting future than many, many others on the planet. I encourage you to use what you have learned at Waterloo and the relationships that you forged while being here to help your communities, to help our country, and to help the world be a better place, particularly for the less fortunate. This is what alumni of this university do, and now you can join in their footsteps and, as I said before, create your own. You are curious, you are bold, you are leaders. You have spent years at Waterloo learning and preparing for the next stage in your lives. And when I think about the many great alumni from Waterloo, and I think about the challenging experience that you've had to learn in, I don't think there's been anything like it. Today, we not only celebrate the time and effort that it took for you to thrive here, but again, we celebrate you and those who supported you in being here. We're also here to celebrate the future impact that you will have and the innovations that you will create. And we do that by presenting you with your well-deserved University of Waterloo degree. So our agenda today includes awarding some special honors, and we'll have some speakers addressing the convocation. Then we're going to confer the degrees, and we'll start with the doctoral, then master's and bachelor's degrees. Following that, we will present awards and medals to those graduating students who have excelled in their studies. As we celebrate your accomplishments today, and you move into the next phases of your life, know that you are a unique and important member of the University of Waterloo community. The university staff, your faculty, and myself are very, very proud of you, and we want to remain connected, and we want to support you in any way we can. I hope you will continue to benefit from being part of the University of Waterloo community through its resources, its reach, and most importantly, from the relationships that you have established here. So again, congratulations. I look forward to seeing each of you as you make your way across the stage, and let's have a fun afternoon together. So it's my pleasure to welcome Mark Giesbrecht, Dean, Faculty of Mathematics, to the podium. Thank you.
Mr. Vice-Chancellor, I present Dr. Richard Cook. Dr. Cook is a professor in the Department of Statistics and Actuarial Science. His primary research is in the development and application of statistical methods for public health. His specific areas of interest include analysis of life history data, longitudinal data, incomplete data, clinical trial design, and the assessment of diagnostic tests. He is a Fellow of the Royal Society of Canada, holds the Faculty of Mathematics Research Chair, and held a Canada Research Chair on 2 separate occasions. Dr. Cook tirelessly serves the university and the Academy more broadly as an editor for several journals on numerous professional committees. He was recently a committee member for the convalescent plasma trial for COVID-19 respiratory illness. Dr. Cook has published 2 academic books and more than 300 articles in scholarly journals. His 2007 book, The Statistical Analysis of Recurrent Events, is the standard reference for its field. He has supervised some 70 postdoctoral, doctoral, master's, and undergraduate research projects. Mr. Vice Chancellor, in recognition of his outstanding accomplishments in research, teaching, and service, I ask you to bestow the rank of University Professor on Dr. Richard Cook.
I'm honored to confer upon you, Richard Cook, the title of University Professor. I extend my sincere congratulations.
It is now my pleasure to invite Changbao Wu, Professor of Statistics and Actuarial Science.
Thank you, Dean G. Spresh, Mr. Chancellor, Mr. Vice Chancellor. My name is Changbao Wu. I'm a professor in the Department of Statistics and Actuarial Science. It is my great honor to introduce our speaker today, Professor Mary Thompson. Professor Mary Thompson is a distinguished professor emerita in the Department of Statistics and Actuarial Science. She was one of the first statistics faculty members on campus, joining Waterloo in 1969 with a freshly minted PhD from University of Illinois at a very young age of 25. Over the past half a century, Professor Mary Thompson became a world-renowned statistician, a trailblazer for women in mathematics, and an exceptionally strong leader for the field of statistics. She received many national, international awards, including the Gold Medal of Statistical Society of Canada and a Royal Fellow of the Royal Society. Here on campus, Professor Mary Thompson was one of the inaugural university professors and also a recipient of Award of Excellence in Graduate Supervision. Without any further ado, graduates, friends, please welcome Professor Mary Thompson.
There. Thank you very much, Professor Wu. Mr. Chancellor, honored guests, graduates, families, and friends, it is a great pleasure to address the June 2022 graduating class of students in actuarial science, statistics, data science, business, financial management, and related fields. I was told that my role here is to inspire the graduates with all the great things they can do. And to this end, I thought that I would reflect on the subject of data. So the word data comes from the Latin language, and it is the plural of datum, meaning that which is given. So data are things that are given, facts, pieces of evidence, meaningful numbers such as codes or measurements, and so on. As with all gifts, we should value data and treat them with respect. Most of you graduates have already worked with quantitative data in one form or another. Some of your learning has had to do with how to design the collection of data and how to make sense of them, how to query data, how to think about them critically, and how to quantify evidence. You have the computing skills to be able to find, access, and manipulate data. The mathematics you have studied has given you tools for understanding the why and the wherefore. You have learned how to model processes so that you could use data to draw conclusions about what is happening or about the risk of what might happen. We can distinguish between designed data and organic data. Designed data include data from surveys and experiments and intentionally compiled administrative or monitoring data. There are well-established methods for drawing conclusions from these. But in terms of volume, more and more of our data are organic. They're generated as the byproducts of natural processes or of human activity. Making sense and appropriate use of organic data with due regard for data quality and ethics, that is one of the challenges your generation particularly is facing. Some examples come from crowd science. For instance, bumblebees are close to being declared endangered. The Project Bumblebee Watch uses volunteers to collect and send in locations and pictures of bumblebees from all over North America. A challenge is to find a way then to estimate the population size and geographic distribution of the bees. Interestingly, if you volunteer for such a task in Britain, you are actually given a route to follow. So the Bumblebee Watch data here are not designed, but they have what is called a measurement stimulus. That is an intention to measure. Examples of organic data without a measurement stimulus would come from internet searches, social media posts, sales transactions, GPS data, and so on. And these are useful as well. For example, early in the pandemic, cell phone location data were used in Ontario to estimate travel circulation and thus potential disease-spreading contacts of the population. Internet search and Twitter data, if carefully interpreted, can provide early signals of emerging infections or adoption of new products. And inflation that is now upon us, definitions and measurement of cost of living are gradually evolving to take advantage of price data from web scraping and sales from point-of-sale transactions and those kinds of things. So big questions for organic data obviously concern quality and validity. But where these can be assessed, the possibilities seem limitless. And so in the area of data alone, there are many great things you can do. You are graduating under unusual circumstances where going out into the real world has taken on extra meaning. I would say to you two things. Keep on learning and follow your curiosity. And above all, congratulations on the success of your learning journey so far. The university and the faculty, we are all very proud of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Thompson, for that address and reminding us of how carefully we have to work with different types of data. Congratulations, graduates. I have the honor of joining our Chancellor in conferring your degrees as you embark into the world as Waterloo's newest graduates. Would the members of the graduating class please rise? Mr. Chancellor, I present to you those scholars who have fulfilled the statutory requirements laid down by the Senate of the University that they may be admitted to their various and several degrees.
By virtue of the authority invested in me and in the University, I hereby admit you to your various and several degrees, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereto appertaining.
Congratulations. That's it, you've got your degrees. It's a little bit more to come. So please be seated. It is now my pleasure to invite Farzan Natu Kadri, your class valedictorian, to the podium to address Convocation.
Mr. Chancellor? Oh, yes, I can do this now. That's pretty great. Mr. Chancellor, members of Convocation, fellow graduates and guests, thank you so much for allowing me to share this address with you all today. Now, much like many of you, I didn't really know what to expect when I first came to Waterloo. I only stepped foot in the campus on the very first day of orientation, and besides what I'd read online, I had no idea what the university would have in store for me. I was not ready for the geese, that's for sure. But I knew that I was in a place that was a great place for me to learn about mathematics and to prepare for my future career, and that's definitely proven to be true. But what I didn't know is that over the course of the next few years, I would find a second home, a place where I've been able to learn about myself more than I ever knew was possible, where I met people who have helped me become the person I am today and made lifelong friends, some of whom I'm really lucky to see here in front of me, and where I was able to create moments that I will truly cherish forever. But with that being said, this is a very special moment on its own. Let's flip over to the next page. And I really hope and I believe that all of you fellow graduates have been able to do the same things over the course of your studies here. And I'm really honored to be here speaking with you all today. Not speaking to you all. This isn't a university lecture. I think most of us are okay with leaving those in the past, but rather speaking with you all. And while I have the time to do that and share a few words, I'd like to share two key reflections that my time in Waterloo Math has taught me. And the first is a reflection on resilience. Now, I think most of us know that Waterloo Math was never supposed to be easy. I remember in the very first week of orientation, we were told over and over, and I remember this vividly, that we would have to work harder and put in more time and effort into completing our studies in order to succeed here than we've ever done in the past. And I think that's been true. But hey, we endured. In the wise words of a man named Drake, I think you might know him, we made it. We endured. And we didn't just make it through some of the most challenging and enriched programs in mathematics in the entire world. We endured through a global pandemic. Still feels crazy to say. We faced the challenges of isolation, of dealing with uncertainty, and we essentially relearned how to learn in a virtual environment. But we didn't just endure, we thrived. Because earning a degree here at the University of Waterloo, it's a major accomplishment. It's not just about earning your required courses and getting your credits. It's something really special. No matter what your grades were, no matter how challenging you found your courses, each and every one of us, we all accomplished something really incredible. And that is a testament to the resilience of a Waterloo Math student. And I think that deserves a little pat on the back, so I invite you all to join me in doing so real quick. And the second reflection is one about motivation. And for those of you who know me, you know that motivation has been something of a challenge in my life. But one of the most incredible things about my time here at the University of Waterloo has been seeing just how motivated all of you are. It's really something incredibly inspirational, seeing the work ethic and the drive that you display day in and day out over the course of your studies. And all of us here, we share a bond. We really do. And it's not a bond in that we've all probably done way more proofs than we'd ever willingly sign up for. That might be true, but we share a bond in the fact that we've had a common goal of becoming a Waterloo math graduate. And today, this bond is made even stronger in the fact that we have all accomplished this goal together. And in all honesty, my motivation to achieve this goal has been a direct result of being around motivated students like yourselves. So when I do say thank you and I share my gratitude, I really mean it. I would not have been able to do this without being around you. So thank you so much. And it's great that we've been able to achieve this goal together. Now, these two reflections that I've made, they really go hand in hand. You need motivation in order to be resilient, and you need resilience in order to stay motivated. And I really believe that these are the two things, when paired with the problem solving and the creative thinking skills that we've developed over the course of our studies here at Waterloo, are what allow us as math students to truly go beyond ideas and to really innovate. Because innovation, it's a word we hear a lot about at the University of Waterloo, but innovation isn't just about creating new products or businesses or methods. It's just as much as being able to create and shape the future. And as an actuarial science student, I'm constantly trying to analyze and predict the future in all its uncertainty. But there's a quote from a man named Peter Drucker, and Mr. Drucker once said, "The best way to predict the future is to create it." And this very moment right here is a future, well, not anymore, but it's something that we have all created over the course of our entire studies at Waterloo. Now, this moment right here is something special, but we will all continue to predict and therefore create some truly amazing things in the future. I look around and I see a group of people who are able, if they care, and we do care, and that's the special thing, we are able to create real change in a world that's ripe with endless possibilities. As much as this is an ending, it's also a beginning, and I really cannot wait to see what the future has in store for each and every one of us. So let's all try our very best to create some amazing things in our future, and I can't wait to see what happens. Thank you so much, class of 2022. It's been an honor. Congratulations. Let's keep doing it.
Thank you, Farzan, for your address. You're clearly motivated and resilient. What a great day. Convocation is perhaps the most rewarding occasion in the life of a university. It evokes our ancient rights and privileges. It recognizes significant accomplishments, and at the same time, stirs us with a promise of new beginnings. On behalf of the University of Waterloo, I would like to formally thank all of those who have made today possible. Convocation literally means the action of calling people together for a large formal assembly. So it is not possible without all of you. To the graduates and to the parents, family, friends, and supporters of our graduates, thank you. To the university community for developing these scholars and delivering this outstanding event for our new alumni, thank you. And of course, we acknowledge those who've been unable to join us today. We feel their presence as part of this special assembly. I would like to now ask all the graduates to remain seated as I invite all parents, friends, supporters, and staff to rise as you are able. Look around, wave, and remarkably, you will see people waving back. Graduates, let's together thank all those who have made your convocation so special. Please be seated. As we prepare to confer degrees, a few notes. Guests are reminded to please stay in your seats as the graduates cross the stage. There will be professional photos taken of the graduates and plenty of time after the ceremony to take photos outside at the receptions. Graduates, you are reminded to please keep your masks on while crossing the stage. There will be an opportunity to quickly remove your mask for your official portrait just off stage. In lieu of handshakes, please place your hand over your heart. We will confer the degrees, starting with the doctoral graduates, one at a time, followed by master's and bachelor's graduates, three at a time. You'll be greeted by myself, the Chancellor, or Jeff Casello, Associate Vice President, Graduate Studies and Postdoctoral Affairs. Also, graduates, one of the things you learned in school was the alphabet. Please remember that some student names begin with an A, which means others may begin with a Z. It's not their fault. Please show respect to all your fellow classmates by returning to your seat after crossing the stage, so that we can all share in this celebration, this convocation, together. Now for the good stuff. We are proceeding to the conferring of the degrees. I now invite Bertrand Guanet, Associate Dean, Graduate Studies, to the podium. Okay.
Mr. Chancellor, I present the candidates for the degree Doctor of Philosophy. Fangia Mao, Ze Hao Ju, Thank you, Mr. Chancellor. Mr. Chancellor, I present the candidates for the degree Master of Data Science and Artificial Intelligence. Robert Allen, Achai Bhattacharjee, Shinli Chen. Esteban Daniel Falcone, Gracia Tabitha Godwin, Bingyi Zhao. Ryan Khalid, Manish Kumar, Yash Lalvani. Yishin Lee, Jining Liu, Irene Melgar Reggio Lermas. Ting Pan, Frank Wong. Thank you, Mr. Chancellor. Mr. Chancellor, I present the candidate for the degree Master of Mathematics. Aditya Degala, Swale Hussain, Bharat Seturaman Sharman. Marisa Antonia Signorilli. Thank you, Mr. Chancellor. Mr. Chancellor, I present the candidate for the degree Master of Quantitative Finance. Harris Chen, Shui Hyun Chen, Yuchin Wong. Zi Wang, Wenhui Yu. Thank you, Mr. Chancellor. It is now my pleasure to please welcome Benoit Charbonneau, Associate Dean, Faculty of Mathematics, to the podium.
Mr. Chancellor, I present the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Computer Science Honors Program. Yuzhen Li, Akil Talati. Thank you, Mr. Chancellor. Mr. Chancellor, I present the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Computer Science Honors Cooperative Program. Chingan Angela, Bruce Hong, Sophie Shifei Jiang. Sadhvir Singh Kuner, Danny Danfeng Lan, Jeffrey Liu. Priyang Sushil Mutta, Julian Go, Yash Sa. Matthew Jiao Sound, Dilian Verma, Hao Yi Wang. Yi Xuan Yu. Thank you, Mr. Chancellor. Mr. Chancellor, I present the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Computing and Financial Management Honors Cooperative Program. Hong Yu Han, Pronoy Sharduri, Cindy Xinyi Chen. William Aoyang Chen, Yufan Matthew Deng, Howard Guan Yu Ho. Ru Ji Hu, Shahua Devansh Kejriwal. Tony Ka Ming Kwok, Haim Lee Chiu-Fi Lee. Sophia Lee, Zhuocheng Liu, Jungsun Ro. Michael Song, Yueshin Tao, Ruoshuan Wang. Daniel Yang, Brendan Lintong Zhang, Shuiting Zhang. Mingji Zhuang. Thank you, Mr. Chancellor. Mr. Chancellor, I present the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Mathematics General Program, 3 years. Jasmine Chan, Joshua Jeon Du, Nicholas Charles Madison. Ridvi Bhavna Rathod, Syed Ali Raza Rizvi. Thank you, Mr. Chancellor. Mr. Chancellor, I present the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Mathematics Honors Program. Fayaz Ahmed, Jared Pabeliko Arsila, Yan Ranbao. Mihailo Becik, Amanda Isabel Chator, Dingli Chen. Sitong Chen, Amber Yuanyi Chen, Yifan Chen. Yikon Chen, Ruikun Cheng, Alvi Jawad Chowdhury. Merrick Dali, Meng Yi Dong, Chaiyuan Fang. Curtis Peter Fogg, Ruofan Gao, Angjun Ge. Yingjiang Guo, Hansa Halim, Andreas Susan Elizabeth Heyman. Marcus Ryan Hulley, Jessica Lynn Horton, Gregory Brian Mark Jaggernath. Andrew Bernardino Johnston, Vanch Yoshi, Britannia Phoebe Lee. Josh Lee, Daniel Lee, Ranzu Lei. Iris Lee, Sichi Lee, Jaizu Liang. Megan Ashley Zhang Lim, Fang He Lin, Hong Fu Liu. Xingjun Liu, Yingdi Liu, Zanan Liu. Wilson Kaman Lo, Yushuan Luo, Santiago Andres Musela Galindez. Farzan Natol Kedri, Tian Yu, Krishna Prem Pasumarti. Michael Chow, Jungfeng Quan, Pridika Ravintira. Grigory Romadanovsky, Binjie Shen, Muya Shi. Yin Chi Shi, Zachary Tan, Yuan Tian. Zheng Wei Tian, Xiao Qi Ting, Alex Twin. Shreya Waswani, Bunny Wang, Chinwei Wang. Chiyue Wang, YJ Wang, Chengye Wu. Xiaowen Wu, Yishuan Xiao, Bing Shi. He Yan, Victor Wei Tao Yu, Eric Zi Wing Yu. Shiyue Yu, Ryochi Za, Yilong Zai. Zhehe Zhang, Mengxin Zhang, Qi Zhang. Ziyue Zhang, Jason Zhao, Yuanqin Zhao. Tony Zhang, Jiaheng Zhu. Thank you, Mr. Chancellor. It's now my pleasure to please welcome Mark Giesbrecht, Dean, Faculty of Mathematics, to the podium.
I have the honor of recognizing an individual who is receiving a special award. Graduate Studies Office, in collaboration with the Graduate Student Association, established the Award of Excellence in Graduate Supervision. Oh, I'm reading the wrong thing. Apologies, that's for later. Mr. Chancellor, over here, I present the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Mathematics, Honors Cooperative Program. Fazuddin Ahmad, Kristen Stacy Alves, Islam Amin. Junyuk Bayek, Dion Paggio Bano, Rebecca Lynn Bell. Vaibhav Bhattacharya. Vaibhav Bhattacharya. Doug Chamberlain. Nicholas Alexander Chan. Beijing Chang. Jinghua Chen. Shujia Chen. Yulong Chen. Yushan Chen. Hanjian Chen. Cheng. Kanika Dat Chopra. Jia Tsui. John Alexandros Duro. Yishuan Ding. Xiaohong Dong. Qingyang Du. Rongyao Feng. Frances Elizabeth Redican Farabee. Tanya Golia. Yining Guo. Yi Han. Yutong Han. Justin Michael Hardy, Gregory Alexander Hogg, Clarence Manho Hu, Shija Hu, Brent Huang, Chunlai Huang, Wenshan Huang, Arshaya Jain, Riley Thomas Jordan, Jesse Chinman Y, Chi Zhe Jiang, Lucas Edward Johnston, Alexander Joko, Ryan Alice Joyakuran, Nathan Roger Kamfui, Hannah Patricia Kerr, Aman Ali Kashavi, Michelle Coe, Dylan Kaijing Lei, Monica Eugene Lee, Yin Tao Candace Lee, Gordon Tao Lee, Shi Yuan Lee, Charlene Karina Lee Chit Kim, Eric Liang, Yuzhou Liao, Chen Han Lin, Nianchen Liu, Yuyang Liu, Ziyi Liu, Adam Nicholas Lin, Xiao Xiao Ma, Rithison Malu. Ellie Margoli, Heta Nayak, Sanjana Rajendra Nayak. Karlok Ung, Stacy Ung In Kang, Xianqing Luke Ning. Elin Ui, Rishab Patni, Satej Prathap Das. Li Chun Chan, Han Chin, Anath Ishman Raman. Chenmin Rao, Justin Rene Romero, U Shah. Abshar Sajen, Yachi Shi, Q Min Shim. Fatir Siddiqui, Joel Silas, Mary Jane Philam Sin. Tibashan Sribaskaran, Linyin Sun, Nicole Winghe Tam. Rachel Tam, Yuting Tang, Joyce Tao. Yi Hong Tao, Vimy Pham, Yifei Tian. Dexter Maxwell Van Leeuwen, Cheng Wong, Jenny Wong. Pei Wong, Tao Hao Wong, Yafan Wong. Lionel Yuka Wong, Viola Wong, John Alexander Winnett. Henry Yua Wang, also the recipient of the Samuel Eckler Medal for the highest standing in actuarial science. Zifu Wong, Peiyun Wu, Xiqing Shu. Erica Lulu Yang, Liu Qing Yang, Qi Yin. Cherian Chiyun Yit, Madeline Grace Young, Mingshuan Yu. Naijing Yu, Dinzia Yuan, Zhecheng Zheng. Kushin Zhang, Oscar Yongqi Zhang, Rui Zhang. Terry Zhang, Weixiao Zhang, Yishuan Zhang. Yao Zhang, Quan Zhang, Haolun Zhang, Jinhua Zhou, Yinsi Zhu, Jianqiao Zong. Thank you, Mr. Chancellor. Mr. Chancellor, I now request you to confer in absentia the various and several degrees upon those candidates who are approved by Senate but who are unable to be present at today's ceremony.
I confer the degrees in absentia.
And I now have the honor of recognizing an individual who is receiving a special award. The Graduate Studies Office, in collaboration with the Graduate Student Association, established the Award of Excellence in Graduate Supervision to recognize faculty members who have demonstrated outstanding success and commitment in the supervision of graduate students. Mr. Chancellor, I present Dr. Gord Wilmot. Dr. Wilmot is a professor in the Department of Statistics and Actuarial Science. He is the Munich Re professor. He was the Munich Re professor of insurance at Waterloo for the past 20 years, an adjunct professor at the University of Toronto, a fellow of the Society of Actuaries, and a fellow of the Canadian Institute of Actuaries. He is a co-author of the textbook Loss Models, which is required reading for the two of the professional actuarial examinations of the Society of Actuaries. In his role as supervisor, Dr. Wilmot has worked with some 65 master's, PhD, and postdoctoral researchers. He is a widely sought-after supervisor, due in part to his significant contributions to research, his stature in the scholarly community, and his storied career. Dr. Wilmot began his work at Waterloo as an undergraduate student in 1975, then went on to complete his master's and PhD at Waterloo before joining the university as a faculty member. Mr. Chancellor, in recognition of his outstanding accomplishments in mentoring graduate students, I ask you to present the Award of Excellence in Graduate Supervision to Dr. Gord Wilmot. It is my pleasure to invite Vivek Goel, President and Vice Chancellor, to the podium.
To our graduates and new alumni, congratulations. Thank you to our team of staff, faculty, and volunteers for making this ceremony a success. Thank you to all of the family and friends here today for joining our graduates in their celebration and for supporting these graduates during their academic journey. Thank you, Mary, for your remarks, and congratulations to all the award recipients today. And to our new graduates, thank you. We know you pushed forward and persevered during an extremely challenging time. Not only did you need to stay determined and focused with your studies, but you needed to do so during a pandemic where circumstances were constantly changing. Your dedication, enthusiasm, and success inspires us all. In receiving your degree today, you have accomplished something truly momentous. It is a testament to all that you have learned, all that you have sacrificed, and all that you stand to achieve in the future. Waterloo has a rich history. Our founders sought to build a university that could tackle some of the world's most daunting challenges. Today, we see that vision has become a reality. As you embark on the next phase of your life, be confident in the foundation you developed here. You have the tools, courage, and determination to take on any challenge. The world needs more tolerance, more curiosity, and more creativity. You are one community that continuously shapes the future through those qualities. As you have benefited from attending Waterloo, this institution has benefited from having you as a part of our community. It has been an honor to have you as students, and I wish you only the best in the future. At this time, it is my pleasure to welcome Mayungan Henry, Indigenous Knowledge Keeper, back to the podium to provide the closing.
Ani. Sego, Danzi, Segoli, Bujo, Mayingan Indejnikas, Deshkanzibi and Donjiba, Mayindodem. I want to share with you a little bit of my original language, the one that was denied our ability to use in this country, in our own country, at one point. Not anymore. But in closing today, I wanted to take you on a bit of a journey for a second. Imagine in your mind sitting in a lodge. There's a fire in the center of it. And as you're sitting there celebrating on your special day, two elders come into the lodge from the eastern direction, and they sit with you. And they look at you, and they are so honored by what you've done in the last few years to earn these degrees and your certificates and all the things that you've done. And then they would look at you again, and they would ask you, what are you going to do with this new education, all your experiences? And they would suggest that you take some time with your education now and to think about the water, the land, the air, all the things that's necessary on Mother Earth to make us survive as human beings. Take your profession, whatever it may be, and to use that in a good way so that we can consider the next 7 generations to have a place to live. Because without thinking about that now, we aren't going to have a good place for our grandchildren. So please take your profession, your experience and knowledge today, and put that to good use to help our land and our future generations. In our language, we would close out the circle by saying, Zagidwin, we love you all. Chi miigwech, everybody. Miigwech.
Thank you very much, Mayungan. Again, we're grateful for your contributions today that remind us of our connection to the traditional land keepers of this region. It's now my honor to say that the convocation is officially adjourned. Please rise if you're able and stay at your place while the stage party departs. Thank you.